In the sunburnt land of Ibule, where the earth cracked from thirst and the drums had not spoken in moons, the villagers once lived in sorrow deeper than the riverbed. Their harvest had failed. Their gods had gone silent. Children cried of hunger, and mothers buried their prayers into the soil like forgotten seeds. The elders said the land was cursed. The priests said the ancestors were angry. But no one knew why the skies no longer wept rain. And then he came. A stranger, neither man nor spirit, glided into Ibule one dusk, without footprints and without a shadow. He wore a wrapper woven from wind, eyes like oil, and a smile that danced but never reached his eyes. He spoke in riddles. "You are poor because you cling to your shadows," he said, his voice like distant thunder. "Give them to me, and I will bless your village with rain, riches, and peace." At first, they laughed. What is a shadow but a thing that follows? What is it worth, when your child is starving? So the king of Ibule, greedy and proud, stepped forward. "Take mine first," he said. "Let my people follow." One by one, the villagers stepped into the center of the square, where the stranger stood. He raised his hand, and whoosh, their shadows peeled from their feet like silk and vanished into his robe. By dawn, the village sparkled with new life. Rain fell in golden streaks. Yams grew like mountains. Goats birthed twins, and gold glistened in every palm. Ibule sang again. But not for long. Weeks passed. Then moons. And something began to rot, not in the fields, but in their spirits. Children stopped dreaming. The griots forgot their songs. The old women could no longer remember their ancestors' names. No one could weep, or even feel shame. Because without their shadows, the people had no souls. One girl remained untouched by the bargain. Her name was Adaoma, born in the hour the deal was struck, still in her mother's womb. Her feet, when she walked, still carried a shadow. And with it, she dreamed. She cried. She heard the voices of the ancestors in the rustling leaves. The villagers began to fear her. "She is cursed," they whispered. "She walks with sorrow." But they were wrong. She walked with truth. And then, the sun stopped rising. One day, 2, then 3. Darkness spread across the skies. Birds flew in circles. The air grew heavy like a funeral drumbeat. And for the first time since the trade, the people panicked. They gathered at the square and cried to the sky, but no god answered. Only Adaoma heard the voice. "Bring me the final shadow," the wind whispered. "Or the sun will never rise again." So she walked. Through the desert where fire slept beneath the sand. Past the bones of forgotten shrines. Until she reached the place where shadows go, the place between dusk and memory. There stood the stranger. Smiling. "You came," he said. "Are you ready to trade?" Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Will they remember me?" she asked. "Only when they tell the story," he replied. So Adaoma stepped forward. Closed her eyes. And gave him her shadow. In that moment, thunder cracked the sky. Light burst from the horizon like a river of fire. The sun returned. And the villagers awoke with their shadows stitched back to their heels. But Adaoma was gone. In the center of the desert stood only a statue of salt, shaped like a girl, arms open, head bowed to the dawn. To this day, no one walks through Ibule without remembering. No one lies without tasting bitterness. No child is named Adaoma without first hearing the tale. Because Ibule land. A people without shadows are not free. And no blessing comes without a cost.